All right, we are live. I am so sorry. I am 3.5 minutes late. I was having some technical difficulties. I'm going to go ahead and wait until I see some comments that I'm on live, that you're able to see me and you're able to hear me, because I want to share some really important information with you. I know it's recording, so I'll just go ahead and keep talking. I am Coach Ray. You guys saw me a couple nights ago. I launched the challenge on Sunday night for day one. And hi Karen, yay, I see someone. I launched the challenge for day one, and now I am going to be talking about day three. So day three, in case you haven't been with us before, is always called Wild Card Wednesday. And if you're thinking, Coach Ray, it's Tuesday, we know that. Remember, we do the lives the night before so that you have the information first thing in the morning on the next day. Hi, Coach Amy. Hi, Holly. Good to see you. You're late. It's okay. You're good. Thank you so much. Hi, Coach Pamela. Good to see you as well. Thank you all for being here. I remember the last time that I was on, I promised you that I would share with you my results. So I've been a coach for almost 2 decades. When I first got started with my nutrition program, I knew nothing about nutrition. I knew nothing about really diets or anything. I'd never really done anything before. And so when I got started, I was just kind of, okay, I guess this is something that I should do. And I was so excited because 2 years prior, I had just had a baby, and I still had baby fat. And I couldn't get rid of the baby fat from doing nothing. I just thought it was going to fall off, right? And then I was introduced to these amazing products, and I ended up losing over 20 pounds, 10 inches in my hips, my waist, and my my thigh area, which was incredible. And I've kept it off, and I have been in love with this nutrition program ever since. And the reason I keep saying nutrition is because of our topic tonight. Before I get into the topic for tonight, I want to remind you, if you're watching live, please hashtag live for me. If you're watching on a replay, hashtag replay. But whatever you do, make sure you tag your coach so they know that you saw this information. Cool. You ready to get started? If you're ready, type I'm ready, and then I will get started with our topic for tonight, which is nutrient density. I see some people coming on from Tehachapi, from Sacramento, California. Good to see all of you hopping on here. Great, great, great. All right, the first I'm ready. I'm going to get going because one person said I'm ready. So tonight's topic is nutrient density. Now, I have a question for you. How many of you that are not coaches know exactly what that means? Give me a 1 in the comments if you know what nutrient density means. Okay. All right. Coach Annette says I'm ready. Holly says I'm ready. Kathy says I'm ready. All right. You are all ready. I'm looking for some 1s in the comments if you know what nutrient density means. Okay, so if you don't, no problem. That's why you're here, right? Because I'm going to help you to understand what it is and how it can impact your health results. Not just weight loss, but your overall health results. I'm super excited to be talking about this subject tonight. Before I get into it, though, I want to break it down. To me, I like to understand words, and then I can, compound them together. So I wanted to really talk to you about nutrients and density. So nutrients, all right, I see some nutrient density. I just see nutrient density. I don't see what you think it is. Basically, a nutrient is a substance that provides nourishment for essential growth and maintenance of life. Okay, so you can look that up in Webster's, you can Google it, whatever. That is the exact definition of a nutrient. A substance that provides nourishment essential for growth and for the maintenance of life. So would you say nutrients are pretty important? Give me a 2 in the comments below if you think that having a substance that actually helps you to sustain a healthy life is important. Give me a 2 in the comments below. So that's nutrients. And density was really something that, there's so many different ways to explain it. I was talking to my daughter about it, and she's like, well, people can be dense. And I was like, I guess. And she's like, like thick, like you can't get through to them because they're just, I was like, huh, okay, I guess I never really thought about that. I see the twos coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so density means just packed full, okay? So when we're talking about nutrient density, we mean something that's packed full of nutrients. Does that make sense? Give me a 3 in the comments or just type makes sense to me down below, depending on how funny you're feeling tonight. So I'm going to talk to you about foods that are packed full of nutrients or about nutrient density. So one of the things that you want to note about foods that are high in nutrients, basically that's what it means if it's packed full of. One of the things that you want to know is that they're typically high in nutrition, high in nutrients, but low in calories. Now, I want to give a disclaimer and a little bit of warning. Fish, nuts, seeds, high in nutrition, but you got to watch the calories on that. I've had clients in the past that are like, oh, I'm just going to eat, a bag full of almonds with cheese as my snack or whatever, almonds in an apple or whatever it is. And you just can't do too much of that because almonds do come with a lot of calories. So you want to watch that when you're having foods that are high in calories as well as nutrients. And before I go any further, I want to show you something. Can you see this? Give me a 4 in the comments below if you can kind of see this. You may not be able to make out what it is, but that you can see it. I just want you to give me a 4 below if you can see it. This is called the Andy score, and we're going to get to that in a moment. I just wanted to make sure that you can see it. So let's talk about some different types of nutrients. We have macronutrients, like Coach Wendy talked about last night. Macronutrients. Macro means big, right? And then we have micronutrients, which means small. But all of the nutrients are important. In fact, the United States government and many other governments actually track 6 specific types of nutrients. The macronutrients that they track are protein and carbs and fats. And then the micronutrients that they track are vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. So these nutrients are super, super, super important to your health and your overall well-being. So the macros, proteins, carbs, and fats, we've all heard of that. But one of the things that I think is not talked about enough is the micronutrients. So many people don't understand the vital importance of the micronutrients. And if it's enough for the World Health Organization to track, we should be tracking it too, making sure that our body is getting enough micros as much as it is macros. And I'm going to pause there. Well, before I pause, I'm going to tell you the benefits of that. When you're taking in nutrient-dense foods, nutrition provides energy for you so that you can live a better, healthier, stronger, faster life, right? So you want to get that nutrition in. But here's something that you may not know. Having good nutrition in your body, getting those nutrients, helps to regulate your blood pressure. It helps to regulate your blood sugar. It helps to regulate your glucose. It helps to regulate your, I forgot my last one, your blood sugars, blood pressure, and those are things that are really, really, really vital to our health. If you think having your blood pressure regulated is a good thing, give me a 5 in the comments below or just type blood, whichever one you feel like typing. All right, portion control needed with raw almonds. Absolutely. Portion control is needed with raw almonds and also with seeds, nuts, things like that. So you want these things regulated in your body. And let me share a little secret with you. Can I share a secret with you? Type secret in the comments below if you want me to share a secret, or if you're super handy on your texting device, type the little shh. I love that emoji. I don't know why I love that emoji. Like, shh, it's a secret. Let's see who's really handy with their cashews also. Someone asked about, I see secret coming in. I'll share the secret with you. All nuts are high in calories, unfortunately, so you want to limit it. Typically, for my meal plans that I design for my clients, maximum 20 nuts, maximum. And let me tell you, I love nuts. I love almonds, and I could just get a whole container and just like, oh, it's healthy fats, and good, good protein, but the calories do add up, and that's what you have to watch. Okay, I see Secret coming through. All right, who's my Facebook user that typed in shh? Fantastic, thank you so much. So I'm going to tell you a secret. Blood sugar, blood pressure, glucose, all those things that I just mentioned, typically our body regulates them wonderfully. But guess what? You are what you eat. If you are consuming foods that are not rich in nutrients, that are not nutrient dense, then over time, those decisions will impact your health. Your body won't be able to regulate it anymore. It's spiking, it's going down, too much sugar, too little of that, not enough vitamins, not enough minerals. Your body can't regulate it anymore because you're not feeding it. Here's how I think of my body, like whether you like cars or not. Imagine that your body is the most expensive car on the planet. I think it's maybe a Maybach or something like that, Ferrari, whatever have you. Imagine if you took that car and you put sugar in the gas tank every day. How long is it going to run for you? Not very long, right? And yet we do that to our bodies. We put unhealthy things in our bodies all the time. And guess what happens? Your body goes, deuces, I'm out. I can't regulate this. You're a hot mess, right? And so we need to make sure that we're getting the nutrients that our body needs on a regular basis so that it can perform at adequate levels, if not high levels. One of the things I'm going to ask actually, I don't need that. So making better food choices, get this, and you can write this down, you can take it to the bank. Because I know when I'm like, oh, I would eat this something healthier, but this unhealthy option is available. And then you're thinking about it in terms of what I like or what I don't like, or what tastes better, like chocolate, and what doesn't taste as good as chocolate, like dehydrated kale. No offense to anyone who likes kale. I'm starting to like it a little bit more. But when you make better food choices, it gives us control. Who likes being in control? Give me the strength emoji if you like being in control of your health, or just type control, or give me a 6, whatever you want to do, either the arm, control, or a 6 in the comments below. But it gives you control. This is really important. Lean in closer to prevent, to treat, or even manage chronic diseases. You guys all know what chronic diseases are. They're the big ones: cancer, strokes, heart attacks, right? So you have that in your control. You have the power to prevent it. You have the power to manage it if you already are dealing with a health concern like that. You also have the power to treat it through good nutrition. So you guys might think that we're just all about, let's get in the 6 day, let's lose some weight, and let's see who can, who can win the prize money. And yeah, that's part of it. But honestly, can I be completely transparent with you? That is such a small, teeny, tiny part of why we do what we do. Why we do what we do is to help bring good nutrition to the world, one person at a time. I want to talk to you a little bit about, and that's why we require that you have to get product to join this 6-day Eat Clean Challenge. We require, if you're brand new, that you at the very least, I have one right here, at the very least, you start on our trial pack. And why this trial pack? Because this package is chocked full of nutrient-dense food. That's why we call it a healthy breakfast. It's nutrient rich. And so you're getting the protein. Remember, that's one of the big macros. You're getting the protein from that healthy shake that you're taking. Give her a prize here. And I just want to say this, and I know my coaches are not expecting me to say this, but it's not about Herbalife. Herbalife just happens to have the nutrient-dense foods that we need. They're in 90 countries. 96 countries, so we can help people all over the world. Our mission is nutrition. to help you live healthier and happier. It's not just about winning money and the community. All that is just icing on the proverbial cake. It's to introduce you and open your mind to nutrients, to nutrition. So when you drink that shake, know that you are getting the daily, beyond the daily recommended allowance or need for protein. You take your protein shakes and the other proteins that we design in your meal plan, and you're getting the right amount of proteins, fats, and carbs. The shake is perfectly balanced for that. And secondly, this is something I don't think we've ever talked about, but I'm going to bring them up here. Let's see if I can turn it to give you a better view. But this is multivitamin and cell activator. So we don't talk about those, but these are your micronutrients. And I want to say something about other products that are on the market. The multivitamin that we have, I challenge you to really look at our label online if you don't have it, and look at maybe the multivitamin that you're taking and see how it stacks up. I know that my multivitamin that I get from Herbalife is actually completely designed to be in perfect proportion. So I take my shake, I take my tea, I take my multivitamin, and I take my cell activator. Now here's the cell activator. The cell activator is what makes everything work. What your cell activator does is helps your body absorb nutrition, helps your cells absorb. Cell activator, it helps your cells absorb the nutrition. Who wants to eat an apple and not get the nutritional value out of it? It just goes right into your stool. Why not take something that's going to ensure that your cells are absorbing? I haven't done this in years, but I want to tell you something about absorption in your stomach. This is not my topic, nutrient density. It's a good time to say it. If you're watching me, and you should be if you're listening, I want you to raise your fingers like this and jiggle them around like this. This is fun. I love doing this. I love it, love it, love it. I did it for decades. And so these fingers represent the lining of your stomach. The lining of your stomach is called, has these little fingers called villi. Villi pull the nutrients out of your food. I'm going to put it against the black. Looks better there. It pulls the nutrients out of your food. However, like I talked about earlier, you are what you eat. When we are poisoning our bodies, and we all do it, we put things in, bad food, smoking, alcohol, stress, all of that. We have some version of all of it. What happens to your little villi is this. Make sure I don't put the wrong one down. They get broken, and then they look like this. And can you grab something like this? Not very well, right? You need those villi healthy like this and grabbing. And so the cell activator repairs your villi. That's why when you take the cell activator, it repairs your villi and helps you to absorb the nutrients from your food or your supplements. Who doesn't want that? That's why I bought into a healthy, active lifestyle 20 years ago. And I'll tell you, I have never, ever thought that at 52 years old that I would feel, and I might add, look as good as I do, right? But I bought into it. So, and then I want to talk to you about motivation of getting your shake every day, motivation of getting nutrient-dense foods every day. Motivation comes from education, right? Did any of you know that most of your food that you eat, you're not really absorbing it? It's just going right through you. Give me a 7 in the comments below if you knew that you're just eating it and it's going right through you. And most vitamins that you eat are going right through you. Do you know why? Because they're not designed to be absorbable and dissolved. Coach Brian put it in there. The multivitamin and the cell activator from our products are designed to be absorbed and used right away. That's why it's the best. That's why Coach Wendy's been here for over 2 decades. Coach Pamela, Coach Annette, myself, Coach Amy, that's why we hang around, because the nutrients that we're getting, without it, I definitely would not make as great a choice. If I had like a Centrum or a one a day, I might take it, I might not take it, because I didn't have the education about it. But I'm educating you, ladies and gentlemen, tonight about getting great nutrition. So if you're not on the Cell Activator and multivitamin, it might be something that you want to add to your program. All right, I am going to go ahead and give you the challenge for tomorrow. But first, I want to give you a gift. So part of the challenge tomorrow, the last couple of days, we've looked for a fruit platter, right? You're not going to look for a fruit platter for the challenge of the day tomorrow. You're going to see a food grid. It will have different foods on it, healthier foods, not healthier foods, nutrient-rich foods, non-nutrient-rich foods. So look for it. It has a little card in the middle of it that says Wild Card Wednesday. So on that post, you're going to answer the question that's asked in that post. Tune in tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time so that you know what the question is, and you can answer it anytime after midnight Pacific Standard Time. But I'm going to give you a little gift because I love giving gifts. I'm going to give you something called the ANDI scores. And ANDI, A-N-D-I, stands for Aggregate Nutrient Density Index. Basically, it just shows how your food stacks up as far as being nutrient rich. Let me give you a question. And we're going to do something special for the person who can answer it. What do you think, what food do you think has very, very high nutrient density? Give me a comment. Yay, Karen says I take them. Yep, 7. You are what you absorb. Absolutely. Not just you are what you eat. So let me see if I see some answers here. Just answer anything. You guys know some healthy foods. Which ones do you think are high on the ANDI scale? Again, Aggregate Nutrient Density Index. Let's see. I don't see any answers coming through. Did I stump you guys? Oh my goodness. Coaches? You don't have a guess? Salmon. Okay, someone guessed salmon. Let's see. Salmon is, okay, so and the scores are 1 to 1,000. 1 to 1,000, okay? Salmon is a 34. Someone says avocado. Let's see. I'm sure it's on here somewhere. Avocado. I don't see it on my list. I'm probably, oh, avocado, 28. It is a 28 on the ANDI score. But here's the gift I'm going to give you. Okay, broccoli. We'll do one more if you guys aren't bored. Broccoli, 340. 340 it scores. Do you want to know what scores the highest? This is just to taunt me. This is great. One of the highest scoring ANDI scores that you can get is kale. Kale is 1,000. It maxed out. One of the most nutrient dense foods you can eat is kale. Also, collard greens, mustard greens, watercress, Swiss chard, all 1,000. Then you get into bok choy, spinach, and things like that. But I'm going to post this in the group. Do you guys want me to post this in the group? Give me a high five or hands up if you want me to post this in the group. So when you're eating, you can see exactly, is this food nutrient rich or not? Guess what's a number 1? Cola. Soda is a 1. So you see what I say? Motivation comes from education. You pick up a soda and say, this is a 1 on keeping me healthy. And you pick up our herbal concentrate tea. I'll find out what black tea is and let you guys know. But I know it's high in antioxidants and nutrients. I know for sure that it is. So making healthier choices definitely is in your control. So again, the challenge for tomorrow, look for the placard tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and you will see the challenge question for tomorrow. But also tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, you will have this lovely document posted for you to download, keep it printed out. I'm certainly going to keep it printed out. Hopefully this information has been valuable for you. Maybe I shared things that you already know, and maybe I shared things that you just didn't know. Either way, I hope it was valuable. Thank you for your time. and we will see you online. See you on day 4. Night.